Hi guys, Aaron Leaf Green, the Green Psychic. Welcome to Sunday night's free triple deck reading. So tonight we have triangle, circle, and square. So pick your shape and let's get into it. Just a heads up, there is a lot of commotion going on in the house today, and the dogs are on a rampage, so there may be some noise in the background. I apologize in advance. But let's get started. Okay, so if you chose triangle, the overall card here is the work card, and it's upside down. So, look, again, I feel like coming up to the end of the year, we're getting a lot of this. Stop worrying about work. It's all going to be fine. You don't need to overextend yourself. You don't need to be worrying about every little thing that's happening at work. Um, Work's going to be fine. Your job's not going anywhere. You're not going to lose it. It is what it is right now. Okay. If there are troubles at work that you're stressing about, and you're not actually in control of them and can't change the situation, this card is saying to you, not so much let it go, but find a way of dealing with that. There's a point that we get to when we are worrying about something where we can't change it, so we waste our energy focusing on it, and it makes us bitter, and it makes us feel powerless, and it breeds anger and frustration, and it drains us of our energy. So that's kind of where we normally go. So if this is resonating for you, really try to step back and go, look, it shits me to no end, but I can't change this, so there's no point worrying about it. I've done all I can. It's now up to the higher powers, and I'm going to go and have a beer or a coffee or a wine and just sit back and chill for a bit. Okay? Now, the first card out is the sex card, and it's upside down. So this is the desire card. It might not be the perfect outcome. It might not be, you might not be getting what you truly want at the moment, not just with the work situation, but in general. But it's almost like you're not getting what you want, but you're getting what you need in order to move forward in a healthy space. So, just as an example, you might be really attracted to this person, and they actually turn around and go, "No, you're not my type." Now, that's not the desired outcome, but give it 6 months, and then you find out that this person that you're attracted to is a chronic gambler and alcoholic and is behind bars for murdering their partner. It might not, at the time, it might not be the desired outcome that you want, but it's kind of like the better outcome for you. So sometimes we don't get what we want, but sometimes it's because there's a higher power watching over us. All right, I am just going to leave that one there. Pregnancy card is here. It's upside down, so wouldn't be surprised if I found out there were some births today. But this is also talking about the need to not worry about future plans at the moment. Now is not the time to be sitting there planning about what you're going to do and how you're going to do it, and all the fine little nitty details. I always believe in planning for the future. It's a great thing to be doing, but sometimes when we're overwhelmed by problems in our present, it's not the time to be planning the future, because a lot of the times those plans are like, oh, I hate everybody. I'm going to move to Spain, and I'm going to open a pizza shop, and blah 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 blah. They might not be realistic plans. Okay, so sometimes we plan things, or we do things out of anger or frustration. At a later date, we end up regretting. So right now, it's kind of like, don't make any sudden plans, don't make any big changes, because life is going to. Look, the next card over is sadness, heartbreak, separation. So, look, that's definitely on the cards, breakups or something coming to an end, separation from something that you were enjoying. Separation can, even from a bad situation, like a crap job, and we are now separated from it. There's part of us that has an addiction to people, places, and things. So sometimes, even though it's a good separation, we can also feel sad about it, and like, I hated that job, but I'll miss some of the people there, and I miss knowing exactly what I need to do and how to do it. And going into another job where you haven't been trained their way can leave you thinking it's better the devil you know than the one you don't. Okay, so understand that those are all all normal, rational feelings, and just accept it for what it is. This will pass, okay? I'm going to apologize here because I am actually not feeling the best. So my words are coming out a bit mumbled, so I apologize about that. Moving on, the health card. The health card. The health is going to get better. Now, I've only got hay fever, but it does drain me. I get it when I'm overtired. So there is health issues around at the moment. Obviously, this COVID is going to be looming. I'm not actually specifically talking about COVID, but we are coming up to the time where the seasons are changing. And so we're overheating and then not being warm enough at the same time. So you might walk out thinking it's going to be a really cold day and it's actually really hot, and you overheat, and then you go to the other extreme trying to cool down, and vice versa. Oh, it looks like a great day. We go out not taking our jacket with us, and then the weather changes. So there is going to be a lot of little colds and flus and stuff like that. I feel a lot of throat problems, losing of voice, sore throats, all of that. Don't be dirty. But I'm not specifically being drawn to COVID, and this isn't big stuff. It's just this is the time for some health problems. All right, I've got the prosperity card here, money upside down. Now, this doesn't normally have, I don't normally get drawn to a negative aspect when prosperity is upside down, but I do feel like money is going to be draining out or dribbling out, bleeding out for the next couple of weeks, and it could simply be the added expense of being sick and having to buy medication and take time off work. Maybe you don't have enough sick days. Whatever it is, it's not going to be long lasting. It's just going to be in the short term. So if you can save a penny here or there now, start doing that. I would suggest that. It's not going to break the bank. Nobody's going to lose their house or anything like that, but it's just going to be, where did my money go this week? So be conscious of that, okay? Especially if you're in a partnership, communicate, because the other partner might not realize that you're spending extra money on medication, and they might pay an extra bill thinking that they've got the extra cash. So yeah. The last card is the life lesson card, and it is upside down. So today I'm being drawn to the fact that a lot of people are sitting there going, why me? Why is this happening? What is the bigger purpose? I'm actually getting drawn to the fact that this isn't, whatever you're going through at the moment, this negative situation that you're in, it's not from the universe. This isn't a life lesson learning thing. Not everything, look, every situation we go through, good and bad, there's a lesson to be learned. There's some wisdom there to pick up, okay? And sometimes the universe does throw lessons at us on a regular basis, but right now I feel like that there's no big lesson here. It's just, if you're in a situation that's driving you up the wall, it's kind of like, well, it's up to you to decide what you could do differently, or what you should change, or what you shouldn't do anymore, or moving forward, okay? Sorry about that. There was a thing about pregnancy today, and there is a pregnancy that I know of personally that happened today, a birth, sorry, so I'm in the middle of getting messages. I'm so sorry. Okay, guys, I hope that was helpful. If you do want a full reading, you can contact me at thegreenspsychic@gmail.com. I apologize again if this was a little bit scattered. I'm doing my best today, but I will be back on Wednesday with Hump Day Helper. And if you need me, you know how to get in contact with me. See you guys. Hi guys, Aaron Leaf Green. Okay, so if you chose Circle this week, this is the reading for you. Before we get started, I am going to apologize. There's a lot going on in the house today, so there might be noises in the background, especially the puppies. I'm also not feeling 100%, so my words might be mixing into each other today. Just a heads up. Okay, so Circle. The overall card is the Younger Woman card, and it's upside down. So straight away, you're putting too much pressure on yourself. This is the woman that breaks free of chains and everything, upside down. You've got too much stress, too much anxiety, too much pressure on yourself. And look, that comes from sources all around you. But this card really insinuates that you're doing a lot of it to yourself. Okay, so live up to your own expectations as long as they are reasonable. Too many people try to be perfect 24/7. That would be my lovely next door neighbor having fun, trying to set the dogs off, little shit. Anyway, yeah, so this is you putting too much pressure on yourself, so don't do that to yourself, okay? Find a way of moving through your life without trying to be 100% perfect all in time because it's impossible, and you'll drive yourself insane, and no happiness will come from it. No happiness comes from perfection. There's no such thing as perfection. So how can happiness come from it? The next card over is the danger and authority card, and it's upside down. So again, all these stresses and worries and anxieties that you're putting on yourself, you're doing it to yourself. There actually is no danger around you. It's not like if you don't mop the floor today, the Armageddon is going to happen and, you know, the world's going to explode. It's not like if you leave that project at work for next week, which it's due in 2 weeks' time, instead of doing it today, over the weekend or whatever, you know, you're not going to get fired. There is no danger around everything that you're doing, okay? You're not going to get in trouble. I apologize again. Here come the friends, I think. Okay, so the older woman card is next, and the older woman card is a woman that is looking around and reflecting. Okay, it's a reflection card. It's looking at your present circumstances and how far you've come. You're not doing this. This is upside down. This is like, instead of turning around and patting yourself on the back and look how hard I work and look how far I've come and I've done enough, you're kind of like, it's not good enough. I'm not where I want to be. I'm not where I should be. Fair enough. Calm down, okay? Look, I understand that I'm not where I want to be, but that can take a lifetime, or it can take, you know, a couple of weeks, whatever. There's patience and waiting that's needed to get where you want to go. So along the way on your road to success or wherever you're trying to go, don't forget to stop and turn around and go, oh, wow, look how far I've come, and I've made it through this, and I've learned how to do that, and I'm in a lot better position. You need to be able to pat yourself on the back. Otherwise, no matter what you accomplish, it's never going to mean anything, because it's another step on the way to where you want to go, but you're never, ever there. So this is like, thank your blessings for what you have. Pat yourself on the back for how far you've come and how hard you've worked, okay? If you keep chasing the future and the dream of what you want to accomplish without acknowledging how far you've come and what you've already done, you're never going to find meaning in anything you do. Next card over is positivity. Okay, there's a lot of positive energy around you. I feel there's a lot of positive energy in you, but you've buried it down because the anxieties and worries and everything are crushing down on you. This is the perfect time to take that step back and go, you know what? I'm good. It's very, look, think of somebody creating a budget. It's very easy to be in a position where you've got a ton of debt and all this stuff, and you have to consolidate your debts and be on payment plans and blah, blah, blah. Once you've come past that and you've paid all of that off and you're free and clear, it's very easy to be stuck in that mental space of, I can't spend any money and I've got to save every cent, and what if this happens and what if that happens? And you drive yourself crazy, okay? So this positivity is like, you need to, again, acknowledge how far you've come and realize that things aren't as bad as you think they are. And once you let this, a little bit of this, I'm doing a good job in, the positivity will flourish. Even though you're still working towards your dream, once you actually sit back and you go, you know what? I have come a long way, and I've gotten rid of this and that, and I've gained this and that. You are going to turn around and feel part of that success that you're trying to get from the end goal. Okay, you're going to let some of that positivity out, and it's going to be very rewarding. It's going to give you extra motivation to keep pushing forward, but it's also going to allow you to be proud of yourself and happy with your life. And at the end of the day, the meaning of life, if anybody asks me, is happiness. Peace, happiness, harmony, all of those things. What that actually translates to everybody as an individual is totally different. But happiness, peace, that's what the meaning of life is. The trick to life is finding that peace and that happiness. But that's the meaning. Okay, so the next card over is a surrender card, and it is upside down. This is in no way, everything that you're going through is in no way telling you to give up on your dreams or your hopes or whatever your plans are, okay? That's not what's going on here. This is actually, if you don't ease up on yourself, you are going to burn yourself out and you won't reach the end of the line. You won't reach this goal. So this is like, don't surrender, but right now have a bit of a break, have a bit of a reflection on the past and your present, how far you've come, and make sure that you're still on the right path and you're still wanting, I'm really sorry, still wanting what it is that you're chasing. Always make sure, you know, we have a dream and we chase it for so long that sometimes we get to a point and I'm like, do I still want this? So ask yourself that, but let that positivity in and don't give up. Okay. Now there is separation coming here. There is a change of plans. Okay, something you've got planned. This isn't something to worry about specifically. This isn't coming from, oh my God, if I don't work harder, they're going to pull the funding for this. I don't know where these words come from sometimes, but I hope they make sense. This separation is like, okay, it's not going to go this way, but it is going to go this way. And you're going to end up in the same spot, which is good because it's kind of like, again, life is all about change, and you need to be able to change with life. Otherwise, you become stuck. Okay, so I do feel like that this separation, this change, is for a purpose. It could be an overall purpose to help you change now, so that when you really need to change, getting closer to the goal, this works out better for you. Okay, but there is something that's going to turn out differently, a different way than you had seen or planned, but it's okay because it's going to end up in the same spot. Now I will be honest, I'm not feeling that this change or this change is particularly good. I'm not going to go as far as to say it's a bad change, because that's not what I'm getting up. The thing is, with change, nobody likes change, and so we get negative towards it, and that's basically what I'm feeling. Okay, so don't freak out, don't stress out. It's just a way of getting where you want. It's just taking a different route. Okay, so the last card here is a question, pathway, and direction card. Now ironically, we're just talking about this going a different way, there being change. It's not going to be a foreseeable change. This is going to be a surprise to you. Okay, so as much as you sit there and come up with backup plans for your backup plans, look, always have a backup plan. Great. Don't have 6 backup plans. Like, that's not a healthy way to live. Okay, so even though you may be like, oh, I bet I know what he's talking about, it's going to be this that is going to change or whatever. It's not. It's not what you're expecting. It's not what you're thinking. Hypothetically speaking, you might fall over tomorrow, get your foot stuck in a drain, and they might have to amputate a toe. So you get to the end goal. The change here is that you're just missing a toe. It's completely wet. I just spat. I'm sorry. It's completely random compared to what you're thinking. So don't try and think it. Don't try and overthink it. It's just going to be something that happens. But basically, the takeaway from this week is all of this stress, there's actually no danger around you. Okay? Remember that. There may be change. Doesn't mean that it's danger. It doesn't mean it's something that you need to fear or worry or stress out about. You do need to pat yourself on the back and let that positivity in, because there's a lot of positivity around you. I feel like there's a lot of pride from other people towards you. A lot of this let that in. Acknowledge that. Okay, guys, I hope that helped. If you want a full reading, you can contact me at thegreenspsychic@gmail.com. I will be back on Wednesday with Hump Day Helper. Other than that, I hope that you guys have a great week. See ya. Hi guys, Aaron Leaf Green here. Okay, so if you chose square, this is the reading for you. Okay, just before we get started, I just want to apologize. I'm not feeling 100%, so my words might be a little bit scattered this week. Also, there's a lot of commotion going on in the house, including the puppy army of being on the rampage, so I apologize for any noise that there may be. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so the overall card here is spirit energy, and it's upside down. So straight away, I feel like the universe is trying to tell you something. The spirits are trying to tell you something. Your gut instincts are trying to tell you something, and you are not listening. You're not paying advice. It's like you keep seeing signs that, oh, I need to do that, or I should call that person, or I need, and you're not seeing it. Okay. Likewise, I'm just going to put a quick flag out there to a couple of people that might be choosing to see signs to try and get to their end goal, like the universe is telling them something. No, you know when there's a sign and when there's not. For those people that relating to the seeing of signs or having that feeling or that notion that you need to do something or not do something, whatever it may be, you need to start listening to that, okay? It's for your future happiness. Now, the next card, the first card out is the summer card, and it's upside down. So the summer card is rest, relaxation, holidays, all of that. It's upside down. What I'm feeling right now is it's like, okay, it's not time to celebrate. It's not time to slow down and plan holidays and do all of this, because there's still work that needs to be done. Okay, there's still stuff that you need to be doing. Your attention needs to be focused on whatever this situation is. It needs your attention now, otherwise you're not going to make it to the holidays. There's no point planning the holidays now, because you need to do whatever you're doing now in order to have that fun later on. The travel cards here, it's upside down. Again, it's like lack of movement. Nothing's changing. You're going to need to do some work here to change the situation. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck right where you are, and whatever you're planning, whatever you're trying to focus on, you're not going to make it there because you're not moving anywhere. Now, you've got the children card here, the innocence. This is talking about innocence. So this is kind of like, nobody's holding you in place. Whatever the situation is, yeah, people might be getting, apologize, this is my neighbor and his friends just riding around the block. Okay, so this is the innocent card. So it's look, I'm going to kind of put a kick up the butt here, because it's kind of saying, look, nobody else is holding you back. Nobody else. There might be people that are annoying you, but it's not their fault. It's not on them to be fixing your problems and changing everything and doing everything. Okay, I'm really sorry. I was about to yell out to him, but he's with his friends and I don't want to say. So yeah, anyway, there is kind of that, you need to be doing this yourself. You need to really do the hard work. I feel like that this isn't so much laziness, it's kind of like, I don't want to. I mean, I can, but I don't want to. And that's what you need to fight against, okay? And if you are in that headspace of, I just don't want to, I know I need to, but I don't want to. Like, I need to wash the floor, but I don't want to. Don't beat yourself up. Totally normal for us to feel like that. We all feel like that from time to time. And it's kind of like, oh, well, somebody else should mop the floor. I don't want to do it. Don't start going down that path, because that's not healthy. Acknowledge that you just don't want to do it. That's fine. But find the strength to go, oh, I have to. It's called being an adult. And go and mop that floor. Okay. Now the autumn leaf card is here. Now this is talking about endings, and I feel like that this is a good thing. Okay. There's an ending here for you. So something bad coming to an end. So a run of bad luck, a bad relationship, whatever it might be, it's coming to an end, and it's good because there is going to be closure there for you in a good way. But it's also what they say, when one door closes, another one opens. In this case, when one chapter of this book closes, another chapter begins. So this is, okay, whatever this bad thing that is coming to an end is, whatever it is, you've learnt a lot. There's a lot of wisdom there. There's a lot of growth. You've learnt a lot. So it's kind of like, okay, now you get to start again, but don't make the same mistakes. Learn from your past, which I don't even need to say, because I feel like you're wise enough to get that. Okay. Now I've got the younger man here floating in outer space. Okay. So again, this is kind of the overall vibe right now, is drifting and just not wanting to, and it's good. Like, it's fine. What I'm saying up here is, if you need to do things, if there are stuff that you have to do, then do it. And then you can chill out and relax. Don't chill out and relax and not do anything, because then you're just never going to move anywhere. So, even if you do the floor today and the bathroom tomorrow instead of all at one time, fine. But it is kind of like, once you start, you're going to get everything done, and then chill and relax and just be able to go with the flow. And just in general, that's what needs to happen here. for you. Okay, the last card here is the winter card, and it is upside down. So the winter card is protection, protecting ourselves. Okay, this being upside down is like, again, you might think that people are talking about you or out to get you in some way, shape, or form. This is the winter card upside down saying you don't need to protect yourself from this. Nothing bad is going to come about this. They may be talking about you, they may not be talking about you. Either way, it's not going to affect you. So you've got really nothing to worry about. So again, just chill. Put your feet up. Once you've done your chores, put your feet up and just chill and go with the flow for now. Okay? Guys, I really hope that helped. I apologize again for all the noise. If you do want a full reading, you can contact me at thegreenspsychic@gmail.com. Otherwise, I'll be back on Wednesday night for Hump Day Helper. In the meantime, I hope you have a good week. Stay blessed.